Good morning, dear children. Today we shall do lesson 8, a short monsoon diary by Ruskin Bond from your Honeydew book. Hope you all understand the term monsoon. Monsoon means, in simple language, rainy season. Or you can say a seasonal prevailing wind that brings rain with it. And do you know what diary writing or diary entry is? Let me give you an information about diary writing. Diary is a form of autobiographical writing. It is a regularly kept record of the diarist or the person who is writing it about his activities and reflections on daily basis. It is a personal writing and we are not supposed to see others' diary entries until and unless we are permitted to do so. It's a good practice to have the habit of writing a diary. You treat your diary as your own friend and you share your whole day's experience with the diary. You can see here how the diarist has addressed the diary as Dear Diary. So this lesson is not a story. It's some extract from the diary of a nature lover who enjoys the monsoon in the hills and observes the accompanying changes in the world of flora and fauna. The author has shared a few pages of his diary for his little readers. He has beautifully presented the scenario of monsoon in Missouri. Ruskin Bond. Now you must be thinking that he is a foreign writer. But no, he is an Indian author. But, again but, he is of British descent. Ruskin Bond played an important role in making the Indian literature better. He currently lives in Landow, Missouri with his adopted family. Now here you can see I have put the picture of his adopted family here and these are his parents. He is not married. Instead of adopting a child, he has adopted a whole family. Ruskin Bond was born on 19th May 1934 in Kasoli, Punjab State Agency, British India to Audrey Bond and Edith Clark. Audrey his father, Edith his mother. Now let's look into the awards he has received. In 1992, he was awarded with Sahitya Akademi Award for his novel Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. In 1999, Ruskin Bond was honored with Padma Shri, India's fourth highest civilian award. In 2014, he was honored with Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award. Now let's start with the lesson. The monsoon season in Missouri begins around the last week of June and continues till the end of August. The cold rains are welcomed in October till the last darkest cloud in March, which renders the sky clear for the rainbow after the hail. Now, the extracts that has been taken in this chapter are from June 24, that is the beginning of the monsoon, till March 23rd, that is the end of the monsoon or the rain. Now let's read June 24, the first day of monsoon mist. Mist means a cloud of tiny water droplets suspended in the atmosphere which blocks the visibility. And it's strange how all the birds fall silent as the mist comes climbing up the hill. Perhaps That's what makes the mist so melancholy. Melancholy means very sad. Not only does it conceal the hills, conceal means not allowed to be seen or hide something. It blankets them in silence too. Blankets means covers them in silence. Only an hour ago, the trees were ringing with birdsong, and now the forest is deathly still, as though it were midnight. Silence, just as like it has become midnight. Through the mist, Biju is calling to his sister. I can hear him running about on the hillside, but I cannot see him. So the lesson gives us a glimpse into the diary of Ruskin Bond. And the first day being talked about is June 24, the time around which the monsoon begins. As is written, June 24 is the first day when the mist appeared. So the mist of the season appeared on June 24. The winter writer calls it strange how all the birds suddenly went silent as a cloud of tiny droplets climbed up the hill. That is, with the coming of this mist, the birds have fallen silent. He tries to explain why the mist is called melancholy or sad by giving two reasons. First, it covers up the mountains and hides the serene view. With this mist, the mountains are covered up. You cannot see the mountains. Second, it silences the birds. Now the birds have no more chirping, hereby bringing sadness. He writes, how only an hour before the mist appeared, trees could be heard ringing with the chirping of the birds. But now it was so still and silent that he called the forest deathly, as it felt that it was almost midnight. The writer could hear Biju calling for his sister, but because of the mist, he could not see him. He could anticipate that Biju was running about on the hillside. He could not see, but he could anticipate that Biju was running on the hills. June 25. Some genuinely early monsoon rain, warm and humid, and not that cold high altitude stuff we have been having all year. The plants seem to know it too. And the first cobra lily it's actually a carnivorous plant. Rears means grow or to cultivate. Rears its head from the ferns. Ferns are flowerless plants with feathery green leaves. As I walk up to the bank and post office, the mist affords a certain privacy. A schoolboy asked me to describe the hill station and valley in one sentence, and all I could say was a paradise that might have been. On the 25th day of June that year, the hills witnessed some early monsoon rain. So on 24th June it was only mist, but on 25th June it started raining, which brought with itself a warmth and humidity. Why warmth? Because this is the month of June. Otherwise it is always cold around. It's different from the showers the hills receive all year that cools the environment at such high altitude. Only because of the month of June it is warm. Otherwise it is always cool at such high altitude. The plants also knew it very well that the monsoon had arrived, as the first cobra lily of the season plunged its head, making its way among the ferns as the writer walked till the bank and the post office. So when the writer was walking to bank and post office, he observed that even the flowers have come to know that it started raining. It's monsoon. So the first cobra lily also blossomed put its head out of the leaves. Upon being asked by a schoolboy, the author described the hill station and valley as a paradise that might have been. It means that during monsoon season, the hill station and valley feel heavenly, which is why it has been referred to as paradise or heaven. June 27. The rains have heralded. Heralded means announced or brought the news of. Heralded the arrival of some seasonal visitors, a leopard and several thousand leeches. Now what the leeches are? Leeches are parasites. They suck the blood of their host. Yesterday afternoon, the leopard lifted a dog from near the servants' quarter below the school. In the evening, it attacked one of Biju's cows, but fled at the approach of Biju's mother, who came screaming imprecations. Imprecation means curses. As for the leeches, I shall soon get used to a little bloodletting every day. Bloodletting means lose blood. In earlier times, decades ago, when any person had some poison in their body, leeches were used to extract the blood out of their body to remove the poison. Other new arrivals are the scarlet miniverts. Scarlet miniverts are bright red bird like cuckoo, and their female counterparts are yellow in color. Flitting silently. Flitting means move swiftly and lightly among the leaves like brilliant jewels. No matter how leafy the trees, these brightly colored birds cannot conceal or hide themselves. Although by remaining absolutely silent, they sometimes contrive, means to manage to do something, contrive to go unnoticed. Along come a pair of drongos. Drongos are another songbird with a stout bill, unnecessarily aggressive, chasing the minivets away. Now here you can see the pictures of leech here. This is scarlet minivet. This is a male counterpart, and this is their yellow colored minivets, their female counterpart. And here are the drongos. They are songbirds. The rain brought with itself the news of the arrival of a few occasional visitors, like the leopard and quite a few thousand leeches. On the afternoon of the day before, the leopard picked up a dog from near the servants' quarter, which was below the school. Not only this, in the evening it ambushed one of Biju's cows, but ran away as soon as Biju's mother came cursing. With the leeches, on the other hand, the writer says that he must get used to losing a little blood to them every day. He mentions a few other names that arrived with the rain, such as the scarlet minivets, bright red birds that look like cuckoo. However, their female counterparts are yellow in color. They move swiftly and lightly among the leaves, giving the appearance of brilliant jewels around them. These birds are so bright in color that regardless of how leafy the tree is, it is difficult for them to hide themselves. However, sometimes they manage to go unnoticed by remaining absolutely silent. A bird species named drongos also comes along, quite unnecessarily aggressive in nature. They chase these minivets away. A tree creeper moves rapidly up the trunk of the oak tree, snapping. Snapping means to take someone or something quickly or eagerly. Snapping up insects all the way. Now that the rains are here, there is no dearth of food for the insectivorous plants. Dearth means scarcity or lack of something. Insectivorous means feeding on insects, worms and other invertebrates. During this time, a tree creeper climbs up the trunk of the oak tree, carrying insects with it. The rainy season ensures that there is no scarcity of food for the insect-eating birds. With this, we come to the end of part 1. Part 2 will be explained in next video. Till then, take care.